One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Palo Alto, California, the farm and the home of the Stanford Cardinal. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the USC Trojans, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Stanford Cardinal. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Trojans used to be known for student body right, and they can still do that. But with quarterbacks like this, you want to put it up.
Yeah, I think they hung that up years ago when they started to find, big, strong quarterbacks that can throw the ball all over the yard. So I like the student body right, student body left, but that's a little old school for me, there, RD.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Stanford going back to work with another first down. They'll give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Brown will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
When I'm a quarterback and I see zone and I see my guy curl up real quick, I got to hum it. And he threw that thing with some revolutions, with some velocity right to his receiver so he could make the catch.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage called, and they get the INT.
Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so...
It's a running room. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. To throw, it's Mayava. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. On the run, it's Sanders. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball?
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that's unfortunate for the offense because that drive looked so good. They were just methodical, and they were running, and they were throwing, and had the football down in a great position down near the goal line. You've got to be able to pay that off. You cannot afford to take a sack in that situation. If you're the quarterback, that's a massive mistake.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Handoff to the single running back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Finds his tight end. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. The idea is keep moving it forward, able to spit it out quickly to the tight end and get a few.
And the idea on defense is to tackle the catch. Don't give them any yards after they make the reception. Nice job.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Brown wants to pass. Puts it out of the air. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Off the play fake on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last play.
Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. The play action fake. Quick strike complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious. He is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab on the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make make the big play, get the touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Racing down the left side. Past the 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Trojans. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
You wonder if the pick earlier in the game is now affecting this quarterback, and not just his psyche, but also his fundamentals. He threw that ball up his back leg. You're not going to throw completions playing like that.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Makes the grab. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Got it in the middle. It's Lemon. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he's stopped. The Trojans have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, USC.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. This will likely be the last play of the half. They'll run play action. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Brown will throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Ford.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
Stanford with a lot of options here on second and short. Fouls through the defense. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Offense gets set for second down. Power football with the run. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Stopped at the 46-yard line and just making a play and turning in the interception. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. On the move, it's Sanders. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll immediately call timeout.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. To the air, it's Maiava. Flips it out on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Right on the money. Tackle is made after the catch, but it'll set up 1st and goal from the 7. And the Trojans trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
To the air on 1st down. Going for the big play. Got it inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Stanford!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. This drive will open from the 15. Dropping back, it's Maiava. He wants to go deep. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got his man in the middle. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
Oh, he's got some space.
And the running back there did everything that he's coached to do, right? They've got the lead late in this game. You've got to stay in bounds. You're finding yards. It's a positive run, but you're not going out of bounds. Really well done.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. If they can move that thing 1 yard here, that'll probably wrap this baby up. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. There he goes. Oh, a lot of space. Touchdown, Southern Cal. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Brown wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. Makes the catch down the right side.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Looking to throw on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates.
Touchdown, Cardinal! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Pitt is ahead early in the Steel City, but that's not exactly Tony Dorsett out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Louisville. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on. Turning on the Jets. Turning it on. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. The Trojans, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Fires to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
It's a seam wide open. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out on the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounted for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitchman, picking up a massive gain for this offense.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the miss, the lead still at 11. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to go on top on first down. Fires to the tight end. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Second down, he'll throw it. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath. The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of... Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. Takes the handoff. It's Sanders. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Under fire. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it down the left side. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
And it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Oh, they're after him. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Throwing right. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power. A 46-yarder from the left. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Maiava. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. They're not only ready to fight on, they're ready to deliver knockout punches with plays like that.
Yeah, they typically are, and it's typically Hollywood.
He's going to fire deep. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to...
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Stopped at the 40. He'll start this drive firing. Going to take a shot at this DB. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be...
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously,
makes the catch on the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Maiava. finds his big tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Looking to go up top in times, running out in the half. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Throws to the tight end. Pulls it in. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Under fire, and the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Pocket breaking down. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Smashes it between the upright. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and he unleashes a long one. And trying to put points on the